All right, this is game number 647 against Tezuka. Um, we are playing his rule set again. I currently lead 2-1. I did, in fact, prepare two hands for this time. Um, Looking at them, that first one sure looks a lot more sensible than that second one. So we're going to be going with that first one. Making sure it fits the stips, this looks like FF7 and FF9, at least two cards from each. That's a Behemoth and Ginatok from 7, Gizmaluk, Behemoth, and House Pirate Ship from FF9. One level 4, two level 5s, two level 6s, no 8-8 corners, no 7-7-7s, no 7-7s, looks good. Let's, hopefully having prepared a hand will prove useful in our quest to end this matchup someday. Ties do count, and so we have tied quite a few games. And we played 2 games on our rule set, 2 games on his rule set. He won the first game, winning a game on his rule set. Every hand game so far, I think he has outhanded me and outplayed me. And in the randoms, I eventually snuck out 2 wins. So I lead 2-1. My rule sets were randoms. And just hoping to avoid the tiebreaker, as among other things, I suspect he is a better close player than I am, and I believe the tiebreaker is half open, half closed, though I should actually check that. Rule sets. I guess it would be probably shown in the bracket. I'm not sure. Maybe it's in the Discord. Well, we'll see. Do we have a game yet? We do. We have second turn, so I don't have to think yet, but we will take a moment. First, I'm going to check if we know what the tiebreak rule set will be. There will be a tiebreaker. I'm not sure where it is. Anyways, that's okay. We'll figure it out if it comes to it. He has gone back to the 4487, but he has subbed in 7852. 4663 is very similar to the 6436 he has been using and that has played really well. He has also handled 7436s quite well, and of course, I think 6367 is a very powerful card. Is he directionally balanced? Yeah, he basically has 4 corners plus Behemoth, which is a good 3-way card. And is usually going to fit into stuff. That potentially means he has a weakness to the right. There's only an 8 and a 6 there, and due to the other corners, he has more consistent power in other directions. I notice there's nothing higher than a 7 facing up, but my hand is not good at punishing that because it has no 7s facing down, and it's 8 facing down. I guess he has difficulty against, but he has no more difficulty against that 8 than he might against a 7. Though actually he has more plus wall options against a 7. So my 8 facing down is potentially really powerful. My 8 facing up is also potentially really powerful. He has an 8 to the right and down. My corners are not great at exploiting that. Each of them is covered at least one way by his cards with 8s. Going to the left, his highest number is a 7. But he does have plus wall options against lots of 7s. 4487 can plus wall some 7s. 7436 can plus wall some 7s. I'm probably not getting a lot of advantage going to the right, or with cards facing to the right. What about my cards that face to the left? I have a couple 7s. He has an 8, but then some limited power. Yeah, this was where the hand seemed weaker, and the hand has a lot more trouble plus walling things like 7s. I can plus wall an 8 to the left with the 4663, but I don't have one. So I am hopeful that organizing the game such that it faces to the right is where I will be able to try to fight for some advantage. I don't have a specific read on, like, here's a move type that I think exploits Tezuka well. really no idea on that front. Do I have his 8-7s covered? That's a good question. I sort of intended to build a hand too, but that 7-8-5-2 is not necessarily what the hand does. Has what the hand is covered. So for 4-4-8-7 in 3, I could potentially, this does use a level 6 early, I can play the 8-4-3-7 in 5, and that gives one card of mine really good coverage of his hand. Of specifically 2 and 6. So that is one option, is to go in 5. I'm not sure my hand has any other ways to handle that directly, but, you know, there's also moves in, like, could play 7 or something, right? Or try to set up an L with an adjacent corner. The other big corner he has is 7-8-5-2. This, I inherently have 4 really well covered, so the question is, can I set up 8? And the answer is, yeah, a number of ways. 5-6-5-3 and 5 looks like a pretty good way to do so, giving 6-7, 6-3 both squares. That's probably the most appealing option. 5-6-5-3 I'd like to have out of my hand. It's I don't exactly remember why I chose it. I think it was some 8 coverage that the hand didn't have otherwise. But it is obviously usually just weaker than 6-7, 6-3, and potentially a weakness in the hand. So I would like to expend that card if possible. In one of the games, he started with a 7-6 corner. I think if he were to do so here, it is not so obvious how. For instance, if he started with Behemoth, it would be easy for me to play the same Behemoth in a diagonal square from it, no matter where it goes, and my other Behemoth is going to be really well set up. So I think it's hard for him to use that card when the diagonals to it are still open. The 7-4-3-6, it's possible. Very possible. The 4-6-6-3, also possible. The 4-6-6-3, my 1-7-8-5 is a nice plus wall I might be able to exploit at some point, but I might not be able to exploit that. Yeah, I would guess the starter is going to be one of the lower level cards, the 4-6-6-3 or the 7-4-3-6 in 1 or 9. But it is, maybe the 1 is not so likely, because I have a plus wall and he has no plus wall next to it. It feels like it gives me a little more synergy than it gives him. And I'm not sure that actually makes it a bad move. I think it's fine. But if he starts with a half-strong starter, 4-6-6-3, I probably wouldn't want to do something like 6-7, 6-3, and 5, because it sets up 6-3, 6-7 in both squares, but he has last turn. So something like that usually is gonna favor whoever has the final move. So I don't want to be setting up his Behemoth. Alright, so this was not what I predicted. Ooh, what sheet am I on for saving the games? We're in Yevon's Champions League. This is the first rule set. We have tied it twice so far. Tezuka has first turn, and he starts with 7-4-3-6 and 1. Now his hand is still pretty balanced, right? Because 6-3, 6-7 can work as a corner for 9. We wanted to make the game kind of rightwards, and this certainly keeps it more leftward. So there's some logic. I kind of want to just chuck 6-3, 6-7, and 9, because I think that could be a difficult card for him to take. He can only take it with his level 6s. But both his level 6s have the plus wall, which is really annoying and makes it hard for me to play nearby 2. My 1-7-8-5 in 2 and 4 is both covered. It's both covered. It's easy for me to aim for an L. Can definitely play for an L. For instance, one idea, say I played 5-6-5-3 in 3. if they put something with an 8 or a 6 facing down in 2, and I have a threat to follow up in 2 with 1785, if they block 2, say with 4487, I can play 6367 in 6 maybe. I think I probably can. And I set up a huge plus in 5, so it's hard for them to leave that open. I don't think they have a good setup in 8. I don't think they can make a threat in 9 there. So they probably have to block 5, and if they block it with 7852, which gives them the plus, I combo back with 6763 and 4, and they have no ups left. And I think that should prove very strong. I think. So 3 is an idea. If they play in 2 with a 6 facing down, then I can still play 6367 and 6, set up a big threat in 5, and they don't have the combo in 5 at all themselves. They could play an 8 there, and now they could set up a 9, because 4487 can be set up to have 9. If they play 6367 and 8, then they don't really have 5 at all, though. And maybe I can just go 9 myself. So going in 3 feels like it has some logic to me. They'll probably move further away. But I have a pretty nice follow-up in 2. And if they lock in 6 after with a 7 to the right, I can, overpower that. I can combo that. If it's 6367, if it's 4487, it doesn't take my card in 3. So if they go in the distance, I think I can follow up 3 by going in 2, and the 5 down on 5653 is actually pretty decent. I think this is a reasonable plan. The sort of core idea is that because a weak corner is so easily recapturable, I have a lot more L options than I normally would. And I can construct a real threat in 2, and they have a difficult time playing somewhere like 4 or 6 themselves that controls that move in 2. So I think I'm going to go 5, 6, 5, 3, and 3. Oops, what did I click? Weird. Did not mean to do that. Don't know what that really was. And we'll go in 3. See what happens. I like this because it gets the worst card out of my hand, because it creates a threat in 2, and because I think I have very promising L's if he does block 2. And if he's scared off blocking 2, then because I have a big threat in 2, hopefully that means on his next turn he is put under significant pressure. What I'm really hoping for is not like I'm going to win next move, but that he's going to have to find a really precise move 5 to hold. That's sort of what I'm aiming for here. But I feel good about this initial position for me. I was thinking I should try to evaluate more, just so I can go back and check my evaluations of moves and see if I was kind of onto something when evaluating positions. Because if my evaluations are off, that's something to work on. So we're throwing out an evaluation here. I think I am unlikely now to be under significant pressure, and there is a very good chance that after his next move, I can find a move that applies pressure. And I wanted to go on the right side of the board as well. I thought The goal here was placed somewhere on the right. 7436 was not their highest power in any direction. It was, I guess, tied for the highest power up, but, and had some ability to plus wall 7s facing down. But I have no 7s to face down. So it made sense as a card to get out of their hand, but it is not a particularly challenging card for me to fight, right? Because I have easy access to taking it, and so I'm given some freedom to do what I want, and what I wanted to do was play on the right side of the board in some way that posed them a little problem. So 6, 3, 6, 7, and 9 was the first move I thought about, but I thought it's too hard for me to play next to that card when they have plus walls on both sides. I just thought it would be unpleasant. And then the next move that came to mind to me was 5, 6, 5, 3, and 3, which I still quite like the look of. I've argued. So the main moves here are 2, 7, 8, and 9. There's a certain type of player that will go in 5 here. It's hard. I can't be scared of 5, right? If nothing else, 1, 7, 8, 5 fits so well in 2. There is a chance that 5 clarifies the position such that he can comfortably tie, but I think 5 is really unlikely to be dangerous for me. I also think 2 and 6 are unlikely to be dangerous. I didn't explicitly particularly check them, but I did check who had setups there against cards with an 8 down in 2, because I was specifically looking for me, but I looked at their cards too, and I wasn't seeing much synergy against it. So I think it is difficult for them to go in 4 or 6, though those are rare moves anyway, and the main moves are 2, 7, 8, and 9. Against 7, 8, or 9, my plan is 1, 7, 8, 5, and 2. Again, I said if they move in the distance, I have a threat of going in 2 myself, which is one of the reasons why 2 is one of their main moves. If you're going to go in 2, there are sort of 2 main ideas of going in 2. One is you flip the card in 3 and you force action. The other is you have your highest down-facing value or your hardest to set up an L against. 4, 4, 8, 7 both achieves the capture and is the highest down-facing card, but I potentially have a lot of room to set up against it. Though we have to be careful, because my main setup, 6, 3, 6, 7, and 6, sets up my 6, 7, 6, 3 for 5, but also sets up their 7, 8, 5, 2. And I decided that was good for me because they had no setup in 8 for 9. But if there is some way they can play maybe in 7 or in 9 themselves that controls my move in 5, but it's never going to control my move in 5, because my move in 5, while not a same, has the kind of value of a same in that I flip stuff matching or using a lower number than what I'm taking, so I'm never susceptible to combos back. So I think I only really need to be worried about 8. And they didn't have a setup in 8 that gave them 9 if 4, 4, 8, 7 is out of their hand. So that's my reasoning here. That's a good way to fill time when I don't have stuff to say. I just reiterate all the things I already said. Maybe not a good way to fill time. Maybe very redundant, but it helped confirm that I think I made a good move here. And also that I think I'm playing better than I was at the start of this match, which is great, because I was not feeling very good about my triple triad play, and I would love to be playing better coming into Triad Wars. And I think I'm seeing lines more clearly, though it may help that it's easier to see lines when you've constructed a better hand. And so far, I feel good about this hand. If we tie this game, I will likely run this hand back. Not sure what my starter would have been. Maybe just dropping 5, 6, 5, 3 somewhere. Like, even dropping it in 5 here would have been fine. Both their 8-7 corners are covered one way, so I don't need to worry about the other because the hand doesn't have recaptures there. which is fine. Like, my hand doesn't have recaptures on the 8-7s either. I'm not intending to start with the 8-7, so I'm not looking to have recaptures. But it means if I have it covered one way, that's pretty good. All right, he goes 7, so he does go far away. And the question is, does he have a good rejoinder to me going in 2? And the answer is he has set up to have 7, 8, 5, 2, and 4. So I think if you're going to go in the distance, this was a smart way to do it because he made sure to have a good way to meet a move of mine in 2, which was my main threat. My secondary threat now is to go in 4. So if I played 6, 7, 6, 3, and 4, that really controls 2. It's very hard for him to go in 2. Let's calculate out a line. 6, 7, 6, 3, and 4. If they go 4, 4, 8, 7 in 2, I think they're dead to 6, 3, 6, 7, and 5. I think I'm up too much. Yeah, I have trouble imagining they survive. If they go 6, 3, 6, 7 in 2, I again play 6, 3, 6, 7 in 5, and again, I am very skeptical that they have a shot. If they play 7, 8, 5, 2 in 2, I'm not going to calculate that out. I think I still go 5, but it doesn't flip 1, so it gives me just lots of options. They don't have a particularly good move in 5. They might be able to play somewhere like 6, but it seems really unlikely. They can't set up to have a big threat in 5, and none of their cards are good to both sides. So if like the 2 columns on the sides fill up, none of their cards are likely to have a ton of captures in those middle squares. So it's hard to be scared of that. So I think the main thing to be scared of is if he goes 8. And if he goes 8 with either card that captures there, he sets up a threat in 5. 4, 4, 8, 7 sets up 7, 8, 5, 2. And 6, 3, 6, 7 sets up 4, 4, 8, 7. So there's a good chance I will have to block 5 there. If they go with 6, 3, 6, 7, I will lead 7, 3 after my move in 4. They will make it 6, 4. I will combo them. I will lead 8 to 2. But they have a triple capture in 2. That would make it 5, 5. Yeah, that would make it 5, 5 with 4, 4, 8, 7. But I think I still win. I just play 8, 4, 3, 7 in 6. I double capture. I lead 7, 3. And 7, 8, 5, 2 can only capture one thing at the end. So I think the critical move after 6, 7, 6, 3, and 4 is 4, 4, 8, 7 in 8. But again, I have a combo there, right? I can play 1, 7, 8, 5 in 5. I plus, so I'm going to lead 8, 2 there, right? Their only cards will be the cards in their hand. If they go in 2, they have a plus with 7, 8, 5, 2. I can combo back with 8, 4, 3, 7. And they have a double capture at the end. Is that a tie? Or do I win? I think that's a tie. They comboed in 2, which flips everything but 4. I combo back in 6, which flips everything but 1. And they double capture 1 and 2. I think that's a tie. Huh. Now that's a scary move to find, admittedly. 4, 4, 8, 7, and 8. Right? You have to see a kind of weird plus in 2 if I go 1, 7, 8, 5, and 5. But I think it is a tie. Trying to find if I could force action in 5 and then have the combo back after, but I don't. I would if I still had 6, 7, 6, 3 in my hand. But I don't want to start with 1, 7, 8, 5, and 4. I think it's really useful to flip 1. So I think 6, 7, 6, 3, and 4 has to be my move. And I think it's good pressure. Like, I think I found a nice way to pivot into high pressure, but I do think 4, 4, 8, 7, and 8 is going to get them a tie. I don't think it's easy to find, though. So I guess I'm going to go for it. Normally I'd check like 6 and 8 as well, but here all the corners are pretty weak, so there's like no combo play there, so it doesn't make much sense to me. I'm not a big 4 corners guy. Also, what would I put there? And 5 is always an option, but again, they're on first turn. They're weak corners. If you're first turn, you just want to see stuff that's easy to take in those X positions, and we're certainly setting up, a bunch of weak corners that will be easy for them to take. Like anything I put in 5, 4, 4, 8, 7 is likely to sweep in 2. 7, 8, 5, 2 will have 4. Now maybe those cards will be dead in enough other squares, but 4, 4, 8, 7 probably has 4 as a backup 2. 6, 7, 6, 3, 6 will probably have 6, maybe have 8. 5 didn't seem likely to me. I think I wanted to create a challenge here. So that is what I went for. Interesting position. Very happy with how I played this one, incidentally. I think I pivoted well into an initiative, and there is some chance it's enough to win. There's a fair chance it's not enough to win, but that's okay, right? I went from every single hand game we played kind of struggling for a tie, and being the one under pressure who had to be really careful and precise, to hopefully I am forcing him to have to be really precise. Shame he has that plus on my my 1 facing up, though. Sometimes you feel like this is a low number, it shouldn't equal, nothing ever happens combo-wise with it. And then it turns out it does. I played, I'm sure the video's up by now, but I played a random match against Piggy recently where I just missed he had a plus at the end with a 1 and played out a losing line thinking I had tied. And that doesn't mean I would have found the tie. There was a tying line or two. I would have had to be clever to have found it. But I just like happily played out a loss, which is a shame. But I assumed his A961 would be dead landing in 3, because, like, what's an A961 going to do in 3 on level 9? But he had set it up very nicely. He had seen the synergies, and he immediately played the correct move to punish my misplay, showing that he had seen the numbers rather better than I did. I love the behemoths. They're so good together. My level 6 is not really shining this game, it's the low levels doing the work here. But level 6 is just in general not that much more powerful than level 5. It does have access to 8s, and so if 8/8s are hard to take, or if 8s are really hard to take, they sometimes play well, but with no 8/8s available, they only have that one direction where they overpower. Their total card value is not even particularly higher, right? 7 plus 6 plus 6 plus 3 is 22. 8 plus 7 plus 4 plus 3 is 22, right? I'm not getting more raw power out of my level 6s. I guess Tezuka's 8744 is 23 total. But the point is, the raw power is just very similar. The question is, would you rather have access to 8s? And the answer is like, yeah, but not like it's some massive jump in power. So I always think on level 5, I like including 5 and split level sets because I think the cards are always capable of competing. And that is true even if you ban like 6, 7, 6, 3s, right? 7, 6, 5, 4s have tools against 9s. If we're including like level 8, they have tools against 8s. They have 2 gaps of 2. They have tools against they have tools against the number 9. They have tools against the number 8. They, of course, have tools against the number 7. And they're just kind of fun cards to play with. Tezuka has been using these 7, 6, 4, 3s, like the one you can see in 1, and using them effectively. Those also play well in a variety of sets. And I don't know, I think in general, level 5s, even if you restrict the options, have a nice ability to be relevant at lots of different levels. And of course, they just absolutely dominate level 3s and 4s. Like 6-7-6-3 is just so much power against a level 3. Which is why, of course, level 5 is one of the premier laning levels, right? Because the best level 5s can so thoroughly dominate level 4, level 3s, and also weaker level 5s. But they also play well against higher levels, so it's not just that they're good at laning cards at their level. It's that they have the tools to compete with almost anything. So hopefully we found good pressure. Obviously, I hope it's enough. I do think 4-4-8-7-8 is a tie. But as I said, I think it's complicated. I wish I had some move in 9 there, just setting up to punish if he goes in 5. Because 6-3-6-7 for him is actually kind of crummy there, right? If he goes 8, I go 9, he takes the plus in 5 with 7-8-5-2. 6-3-6-7 isn't doing much. If I've played like 8-4-3-7 and 9, you know, it has 1 capture in 2 or 6. So if I could hit remotely hard there, it could be devastating. But I can't hit that hard there. Of course, if he plays the move in 8, I will, you know, recheck every line. Picks up 7-8-5-2. Now that is a card he kind of wants out of his hand. The reason I think 4-4-8-7 is the best move is it's one of the few moves that makes the 7-8-5-2 relevant. Both setting up a threat in 5, but also if I block 5 with my plus, setting up that threat in 2. Getting it out of the hand makes a lot of sense, right? Fundamentally logical idea, and much like my 6-3-7 controls 2 and 8, his 6-3-7 kind of controls 2 and 8 as well. All right, so we're going to have to be careful. I did think against moves in 6, I might go 9. And against this move in 9, perhaps I can just go 6. So what if we go... Six, 3, 6, 7, and 6. We're up 8-2. We'll have every card on board. If they go 4-4-8-7 and 2 themselves, I still have the combo with 8-4-3-7, and I will still be up. I will be up 9-1. They will triple capture on the final move, but I will win. If they go 6-3-6-7 in 2, they will flip 1 card. I will be up 7-3. I can again combo back in 5. I will be up 9-1. They again have a triple capture to end, but again I win 6-4. So 6-3-6-7-6 wins against 2. Against 5, if they play either card in 5, neither card sets them up to have a combo in 8, nor do they capture anything. So I can play in 2, and when they play in 8 after, they can flip 7, they can flip 9, they can retain 5. I still win 6-4. So I think they must go in 8. But the problem is 6-3-6-7 and 8 sets up 4-4-8-7 to have 5, and it also is 2. Okay, so I can't do that. All right, gotta find a new idea. 8-4-3-7 and 2. If they go 6-3-6-7 in 6, I can play 6-3-6-7 and 5 and I win. If they go 4-4-8-7 in 6, I can play 1-7-8-5 in 5 and I win. So they cannot go in 6 if I play 8-4-3-7 in 2. If they go in 5 with 4-4-8-7, I can go in 6 and I win. Yeah. If they go in 5 with 6-3-6-7, I can go in 6 and I win. Yep. And so the key move is going to be an 8 there. If they go in 8 with 4-4-8-7, I will lead 6-4. And I can plus them in 5 with 1-7-8-5, and I win. And if they go in 8 with 6-3-6-7, I can play 6-3-6-7 in 5. So I think 8-4-3-7 in 2 is my win. I was looking for a way to block 2 or 8 that they can't combo. The next move I would have looked at was 1-7-8-5 and 8. But I think 8-4-3-7 and 2 works. Let's double check just to make sure, because obviously we don't want to blow this. If I go 8-4-3-7 and 2, let's switch up the order of calculating moves. Let's start with 5, just to make sure I'm not quite on the same wavelength, because I want it to be a sort of independent check. So 8-4-3-7 and 2, 4-4-8-7 in 5. I will lead 6-4, because I currently lead 7-3, and that will flip 1 card. So I will lead 6-4. I can then flip 5 from 6. I will lead at least 7-3, and they will only be able to flip 7 in reply. They won't be able to flip 5 in reply. That's enough for me to win, because I'll have 1, I'll have 4, I'll have 5, I'll have 3, I'll have 6, and I'll have a card in my hand. Okay. If they go instead 6-3-6-7 in 5, I can again take from 4, and basically the same thing. If they go in 8 with 4-4-8-7, I have the plus with 1-7-8-5, and they can't combo back that 7. So I win. If he goes 6-3-6-7 in 8, I play 6-3-6-7 in 5, taking the same. That would be a problem if they could combo my outfacing 3, but they cannot. 4-4-8-7 adds up to 9, 7, 15, and 14, so we're safe on that front. And if they go in 6, so I go 8-4-3-7 in 2, they go 4-4-8-7 in 6. They don't take anything, so I'm still up 7-3. I can block 5 with an 8 down. And if they go in 6 with 6-3-6-7, they do take. Oh, I thought I had a 6-3-6-7 and 5 there. I don't. Oh no. Oh shit. Okay, I have to think of new moves. 1-7-8-5 and 8. Now we're gonna panic. I win against 4-4-8-7 in 2. I win against 6-3-6-7 in 2. I win against 4-4-8-7 in 5. I combo in 6. I win against 6-3-6-7 in 5. I combo in 2. What about 6? 6-3-6-7 in 6. I think I can block 2 there, and 4-4-8-7 in 6. I block 5. Oh god, I don't know what's happening. I wish I hadn't used my time how I did. Because I didn't have time to double check stuff. But I thought at the end that 8-4-3-7 and 2, if they go 6-3-7-6 and 5, for some reason early in the calculation, I had decided I could play 6-3-6-7 and 6. I had decided I could go in 5. But can't I go in 5? Did I just throw it away? Oh my god. What's going on? My brain. So if I went in 2, I would lead 7-3. They go 6-3-6-7 in 6. I lead 6-4. I cannot capture that card, and their 4487 will capture the card in 7 at the end. Okay, so I was right. That didn't win. Alright. Ooh, the brain's going. The brain is going. I always get terrified at this point because, like, it is conceivable I just played a loss. You know, I did not check with the amount I'd like to check with. But we can look now, though it really doesn't matter because he'll make a move and then we'll play whatever there is. But 4, 4, 8, 7, and 2, I play 6, 7, 6, 3, 6, 7 in 5, and I do win. 6, 3, 6, 7, and 2, I play 6, 3, 6, 7, and 5 again, and I also win. So that's fine. 6, 3, 6, 7 in 5, I specifically capture from 2 and I win. 4, 4, 8, 7, and 5, I specifically combo from 6 and I win. So the only key moves are in 6. 4, 4, 8, 7, and 6, I currently lead 8, 2. That makes it 7, 3. It does not flip 3. That really matters because I can play 8, 4, 3, 7 in 5, and I win. And finally, 6, 3, 6, 7 in 6. The critical move, the one they're about to make, they lead 6, 4. Oh, and they tie. Jeez. Because I have 8, 4, 3, 7, but they have the double capture. Oh, man. I probably had a win here. We done biffed it. Yeah. But I don't think 2 worked either. So if I did have a win, it was somewhere clever. Maybe the 9 was a brilliant save. I do want to definitely check this one with the solver because I feel like I did unnecessary harm to myself here. My idea was 8, 4, 3, 7, and 2, but 4, 4, 8, 7 has that 4 facing up, and it's just enough. All right, I guess we'll play 8, 4, 3, 7, and 5. Man. Ah, well played, well saved. It does really feel like I blew a calculation here. On the other hand, may have just been an absolutely brilliant move in 9, 7, 8, 5, 2. I'm definitely going to bring up the solver here because I really want to know. It's possible I do unnecessary psychological damage to myself like this. Where just like I could just tell myself there wasn't a win. But I want to know. So I had 6, 7, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6, 7, 8, 4, 3, 7, 1, 7, 8, 5, and 5, 6, 5, 3. Actually, I should ask Mind if I check with the solver. I'm going to ask Mind if I check with the solver quickly. The move in 9 was very clever in that it got, you know, the worst card out of his hand, right? In a way that left him controlling a lot of space, right? Because his 6, 3, 6, 7 played really nicely there. So, very good game. Very good game. I got to post it in the chat as well. But yeah, I should ask, especially like this, because we could repeat hands or some game like this, so I shouldn't just check what the solver says, because that is very useful information for further games, though obviously, like, this is unlikely to be repeated. shouldn't check things mid-match, right? Should only check things unless they say it's okay. All I want to check is whether I had a win, like not the early game. I'm pretty, early game was fine. But we'll not open it up until he says yes. Weird decisions there. I feel like there wasn't anything in 6. He had 8. I looked at that. I guess there could have been something in 5, but it's so easy for him to play in both 2 and 8 after that. I really thought 2 or 8 had to be the rejoinder. What a close game. Obviously can't feel bad about that. We got our pressure. We finally had one of these hand games where I was not the one, having to try to be creative to survive. Ooh. Tiring. Alright, we'll check again. We'll check after. It's probably for the best. I do intend to return to that hand. Ooh. Close game, close game. I have decided with myself that I didn't have a win. I think that'll be the correct thing moving forward, but I'm not sure what could have been a win. Unless 2 was a win, but 2 can't have been a win. He had 6, 3, 7, and 6, right? And that would make it 6-4 because he has cards in 3, 6, and 9 and the card in his hand. And I don't have a capture in 5, and if I go in 8, 4, 4, 8, 7 is really good. So I don't think I can had a win. I think 9 was a fantastic move. All right, we'll run it back. Feel pretty good about this hand. Certainly played well game 1. Pleased that I found a nice way to use 5-6, 5-3. It created a real potential issues for him. And immediately put me as the aggressor. Not sure what my starter is or anything. If you watched my video where I prepared hands for this, I was mostly considering controlling space and making sure I had decent power. I don't think the 8-6-6-1 idea is any good. Taking 8s is just not relevant enough to how the games go. It's much more about taking 7s. So I wanted to make sure I had 8-7 corners at least a bit covered, but I think the 8-6-1-6 plan is just not a good one. But this hand looks quite reasonable to me, and Dal will be proud of me using the mighty FF7 cards. I do think 8 was a tie as well, but much less creative one than his move in 9. Right? Like, I thought, like, this is forcing him to find a very creative tie, and then he finds a significantly more creative tie. Maybe it's not that creative, but it requires some brute force calculation. I think one of the things I do well is I can walk into lines that look ugly, but I have brute force calculated, and that helps me survive some games that some players would not survive. But Tezuka did survive there, and did so in more attractive fashion than kind of brute forcing combos. So really nicely played. And I gotta be happy with that game, right? After my first move, I was just never in danger. After my second move, he had to be very careful. And my third move was, can I find a win or not? Alright, I think we've seen this hand before. I think this was the first hand we faced. 7636 controls my 6736s on the bottom, but not necessarily the top. Are there directional weaknesses? They have 87644 facing up. Facing to the right, they have 77644. At least 3 strong numbers in each direction, where a strong number is defined as, say, 6 plus. Going down, they have 86533. Potentially something to exploit there. And facing left, they have 76633. So down left is generally where we might have play. So I'm immediately thinking maybe 5653 is an option in 7. 4487 does some damage. For instance, if they just capture right away with 4763, that could be tricky for me. But also, I might have a huge setup in 2 there. I'm not sure that's very scary. We'll see. So 5653 in 7. Their only capture in 8 gets 4487 out of their hand, and if 4487 is out of their hand, you know, I might have something in 9. I should check if my 8-7 corners are safe. They are not. So 5653 in 7. The 4487 plays so well. So well. It means I can never land with one of my 7s to the right in 1. It's all really well controlled. And the 4763 gives them some control the other way. So they have some nice play against my 7-6s. Another idea is 5653 and 5, but I don't think that's great here. For instance, they don't control 4487 and 3 anymore. They have that defended. If I start with 5653 and 7 and they play 4487 and 3, is that a problem? I can probably play 8437 and 5 still, which is my sort of game plan against that move. Yeah. I don't necessarily have great play in 4, but I think that's okay. I think that's pretty scary for them. So 5653 and 7. Four, 7, 6, 3, and 5 is an option. It gives them a sort of same type play on both sides. That might be annoying. That might be annoying. Four, 7, 5, 6, 5, 3, 7, 4, 7, 6, 3, 5. That's their main coverage of 7s to the left, though. So maybe I can stick something with a 7 left in 3. Or in 2. Maybe in 2. I don't think I can be too scared of that. Let's try it. Mainly just looking to get the weakest card out of my hand in a way that is uncomfortable for them. Right? Because they only have one way to capture from 8, and that's a pretty powerful card. And they have 2 ways to capture from 4. And hopefully that leaves their hand with less ability to maneuver. But I don't know. It doesn't look great to me, but hopefully I can find some way to start pushing on the next move. I think who is the advantage of this game will very much depend on what he finds here. But a few ideas: 4, 4, 8, 7, and 3. I can play 8, 4, 3, 7, and 5. That's sort of my intended sneaky setup against that. 8, 7, 5, 3, and 4. I was thinking I can probably play 6, 3, 6, 7 in 2. I'm not sure. Seemed an idea. I can also probably just block 8. Like with 6, 7, 6, 3. And it's hard to imagine that not being pretty decent. Because 8, 4, 3, 7 is ready to recapture from 9, and I'd have the same in 5. So I can't be too worried about that. 4, 7, 6, 3, and 4 or 5, I think, are both important moves. Possibly the most dangerous moves. 6, 4, 3, 6 in 9. They don't want the game to be downwards. I think I just take it and feel good. Probably with 6, 7, 6, 3. 7, 6, 3, 6, I don't think has great immediate use. Maybe there's something clever with it in 4 or 8, forcing action, but I'm skeptical. I think like in 8, I probably just go 9 and say, again, you have just very limited downward ability here. Any card that lands in 8, right? 8, 4, 3, 7 is a free square in 9, and that's almost certainly what I'm going to do. Not sure why I'm spending so much time thinking about 4 and 8, but he did hit me hard in one of the earlier games on this rule set when I did a starter in 7 with a move in 4 that really flummoxed me, and I had to be very careful to try to tie that one. I ended up playing in 8, and I thought I had calculated out correctly ties versus 1 and 9, and happily, I think I had. So I survived that one. I think I'm seeing stuff well enough that I can be fairly certain I didn't miss a tie in the last game. I'm going to keep returning to that because, you know, it's in my head now. I mean, I didn't miss a win, not a tie. I certainly found ties. The card I don't want to see him pick up is 4763. I think that's the most annoying thing for me to face here. I was thinking I might have 6, 7, 6. Sorry, 6, 3. No, 6. Yeah, 6, 7, 6, 3, and 2, because 8, 4, 3, 7 has both 1 and 5. I'm not sure that's all that good. Sorry, 6, 7, 6, 3, and 2. Yeah, because 8, 4, 3, 7 has 1, it has 5, and it has 3. So it has a lot of plus or plus wall potential. And it doesn't have to be the card that lands in 5. I could hold on to it and use 6, 3, 6, 7 there. 1, 8, 7, 5 has the chance to just be dead, though. Yeah. But the tricky thing about 4, 7, 6, 3, and 4 is it's really hard for me to play in 1 because they have the 7 so well covered. And it is hard for me to play in 8 because both my captures they have covered also by 4, 4, 8, 7. One interesting idea after 4, 7, 6, 3, and 4 is to just walk into it. To just play something like 1, 7, 8, 5, and 1. And if they take it with 4, 4, 8, 7, they do give me a combo in 5, right? And they don't actually have 8 after that, right? If we get the 4, 4, 8, 7 out of their hand, there is the potential for them to run into trouble. I think the problem with ideas of going in 1 is if they go elsewhere, it just becomes really critical for me to block 2 next turn. So if they go 4 and I go 1, I think they just go 8. And suddenly I have to desperately block 2, and that gives them time to occupy 5 or wherever they want to occupy. So I think 4, 7, 6, 3, and 4 is the critical move here. Now maybe I can play... maybe I can just go 6, 3, 6, 7, and 8. They take the combo in 5. I play 8, 4, 3, 7, and 9. And I say, I have safe cards in 8 and 9. You're up 6, 4. But my remaining cards are great. 1, 7, 8, 5 is really good. 6, 7, 6, 3 is actually not that great. Maybe my remaining cards are not so good. Alright, they've picked up the card we did not want to see them pick up. But they have put it in 5, which I was a little less worried about, though I thought was sort of the other critical move. But we can see the problems. I think we may well be under pressure here unless we find a good move. 8, 7, 5, 3, and 4 is a humongous threat. It is safe and covers things really nicely. And if I block 4, 4, 4, 8, 7 crushes me. The reason I thought I was okay here is the exact move... well, not the exact move. Was either 6, 3, 6, 7, and 2 or 8, 4, 3, 7, and 2. Why was I so excited about that? Not entirely sure. So either one covers 8, 7, 5, 3, and 4. If I have 8, 4, 3, 7 in my hand, I have moves in 8 fairly well covered. They don't have something particularly scary in 3. Though notably, I can't take back from 1 actually if needed. That might have been a worse idea than I thought. I wish it was 8, 3, 4, 7 right now. Then I'd go like 1, 7, 8, 5, and 3, maybe. Could go 6, 7, 6, 3, and 3. I want the game to be up-down more than side-to-side, so I'm not looking at 6. I'm considering 2. 6, 3, 6, 7 in 2. Say they take from 3. Can I get away with 1, 7, 8, 5 in 8? I don't know. Probably? Probably. This was a good move. You hate to see it. Six, 3, 6, 7 in 2. And the squares 1 and 4, the only way for them to not lose significant ground is with 4, 4, 8, 7. There's also their critical card elsewhere. 1, 7, 8, 5 is not going to play well this game. Is there a way to use it? Not really. I think I'm going to end up going 6, 3, 6, 7, and 2. It just feels like the move that controls space best to me. But I'm worried they can just play like 6, 4, 3, 6, and 3. And if 1, 7, 8, 5 in if 1, 7, 8, 5, and 8 doesn't tie there, then it's pretty scary. It can also go in 1. With 4, 4, 8, 7. Not sure that's too much to worry about, but it could be. Definitely could be. Ideas. Actually, probably against against my idea in 2, maybe they go 7, 6, 3, 6, and 3. This was not the starter I wish it had been. Maybe I should just try to get 1, 7, 5, 8 out of my hand. But then I have no recaptures in 4. Alright, I'm going to try the move that I have spent the most time considering. I have the best feel for it, I think. It concedes a lot. I will not deny that it concedes a lot. If they go 4, 4, 8, 7, and 1, and I go something in 4, and they go 6, 4, 3, 6, and 8, then I should be able to play in 3. 2 will still be mine, and 8, 4, 3, 7 is good in the endgame. If they go in 1 and I go in 4, and they follow up in 3, then I probably have to block 8. And 8, 4, 3, 7, I think is still good enough there to survive that. So I think I survive against 1. Just have to be careful about which card I put in 4. If they go 3, 7, 6, 3, 6 is probably the scariest. If they go 3, I was intending 1, 7, 8, 5, and 8, which has some scary combo vulnerabilities. But importantly, 8's a combo square for them, not for me, so it's gone. 2, they cannot use the combo square in 4 because 6, 7, 6, 3 controls it. So their only path to combos are in 6 and 9. 9 doesn't flip anything extra, so the combo's not scary. And 6, 6, the only extra card flipped should be in 8, and 8, 4, 3, 7 flips that back. So I think against moves in 3, I should be able to play 1, 7, 8, 5 in 8. Man, this game's very different than the last game, right? A lot scarier. We're back to being on the defensive. Maybe second turn is really good on this set. Haven't really thought about it. Not sure why it would be, but maybe it is. Maybe I'll try a 5-starter next time. Or just something a little more not giving as comfortable a setup. 8-7-5-3 playing very well against my hand this game. And maybe 5-6-5-3 was important to keep in my hand precisely for that reason. Not sure. He could also go 8 immediately. I've not felt scared of that because it seems the least of my worries, but could definitely go 8 immediately. Not sure how we'd want to go about it, though. I feel like I should have tools there. I could sub 8-4-3-7 for 7-3-5-8, right? Those are the same deck. Would that help at all here? Not really. Like, the 8 up is actually a pretty good place for the 8 to be. It just happened to be covered after the card he played in 5. So I think we're behind here, but should be, well, like, firmly in tie range, right? Like, if there's kind of, like, we have some meter that goes from, like, you're dead to you're winning, and sort of it starts with you're dead, and then it goes to, like, you're dead, but they have to play good, like, faint hope, and then it goes into, like, scary danger zone, like, this is really scary, you're really gonna have to play a good move here. That's maybe, like, so, like, your dead is the bright red, right? We're going from, like, bright red to bright green. Your dead's the bright red. Okay, they go in 3. So I assume we're gonna play 1, 7, 8, 5, and 8. But we should check a few things. That probably just loses. If they go 6, 4, 3, 6, and 9, then they lead 6-4. I have a single capture back with 8, 4, 3, 7 in 6, and they have the double capture in 4. So that just doesn't work. All right. Well, it's good to know. It's good to know it doesn't work. We can play 8, 4, 3, 7, and 6. Then we lead 6-4. I'm very skeptical of this. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay. We lead 6-4. If they go in 1 with 4, 4, 8, 7, we still lead 6-4. We can play 6, 7, 6, 3, and 4. And their only double capture, we have a single capture in reply with 1, 7, 8, 5. So we tie against 1 if we go 8, 4, 3, 7, and 6. If they go in 1 with something with lower numbers facing out, then 6, 7, 6, 3 is even better. And maybe we even win. So 4, 4, 8, 7, and 1 we have covered. If they go in 4, it kind of has to be with 4487 as well. They would lead 6-4. We would single capture. It would be 5-5. Our only vulnerable card is in 6. If they take it, our 7 to the right can take back with 1785. Okay. So I think we tie against 4. Against 8. If they play 8-7-5-3 there, they're safe and they make it 5-5. But we, I think, specifically play... Oh, it actually doesn't really matter. We play something in 9. It's still 5-5. Their only capture is in 4, and we can always capture back with either card. Okay, and if they go 9... if they do it with 4487, we combo them with a 6-7-6-3, and 1785 still has a combo at the end if needed. That's nice. Not the best combo, but a combo. Should make sure that's enough. Possible that doesn't work, because we go up 6-4, they make it 5-5. We combo them. They flip a lot. What do we combo back at the end? Only 4 cards. I think we could lose 6-4 there. All right. Yeah, so I think they can go 9 against 8-4-3-7 in 6. If they go with less than a 7 to the right, we can play 1-7-8-5 and the combos work for us. Yeah, but 4-4-8-7 may be a problem. 5-5. Oh, I can go 1-7-8-5 in 1 because I have the threat in 8 is good enough there. Okay. Okay, cool. So I think I can survive in 6. Let's make sure. 8-4-3-7 in 6. If they go 8, I'm going to be fine going in 9. If they go 9, I either have 1 or 8. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, just barely. If they go 4, I have 1. They go 1. They can go in 1 safely, but I specifically play 6-7-6-3 and 4, and I have a capture against their double. Okay. Definitely not winning here, so I feel comfortable playing a move once I'm confident it's a tie. Obviously, not the dream game for me. You know, you did a very good job putting me immediately defensive. But hopefully we have survived with a Q. See if there's any messages. Got a few. Dully's talking about his game. We don't care about his game. Stuff happening in the AVL chat. He thinks Deli won his game. Congrats to Deli. Show off. Always wins too much, that Deli. Alright, where does that go in this file? That's in a different one, because I'm still putting this game in the last quarter file. But this is an April game. So Delial 7-3 Evan is the semifinals of the tournament, and the move order is, you don't care, you can't see, but that's okay. I have to type it in. We had a half-strong corner starter, met by a move in 5, met by a move in 8, presumably safe, met by a weird move in 3. That's odd. Deli gets his Z setup, or S setup, I guess. And yeah, with no plus wall, games can feel very just kind of, can you overpower stuff? And sometimes you can. Alright, so Dully wins. The finals of that chat tournament will be Dully versus Akiyama. Worst of luck to both of them, says the good sport here. He picks up 4487 as I return to paying attention. I suspect it's going in 9. And then I just about barely survive with 1785 and 1. No. That is not a square I was expecting to be played in. But it is one we checked, so we don't have to freak out. Where's our game? He plays 4487 in 4. He leads 6-4. We just have to take something and make sure if he goes in 9 at the end, we can take back, which I believe either move does. So are there any differences whatsoever? I don't think there can be. Let's keep 1785 for last turn. That feels a little sillier. All right. We survive. Clearly had it the whole way. Never in doubt. Don't know how to feel about this one. I think my move in 2 probably pretty decent. I had the wrong idea for how to tie afterwards. I wanted 8, which wasn't right. But if there was a way to turn the game such that I was pushing for the win, I did not find it. If there wasn't, I feel this was a decent path to survival. So it all depends on if there was a way to get an advantage here. All right. Another tie for the good guy, whichever you think the good guy is. Is definitely the one under pressure that game. So this hand is not just magically I will always be pressing now. Didn't line up well, right? Because 1785 is sort of dominated by 4487, right? Their interaction is only ever going to favor the 4487. 8437 had some better play against the 8753. 1785 probably the weak link in this game, right? It was hard to find a use for it. Let's see if we're going to play another. I should post the game. All right, we got time for one more. Very good game so far, I think. I'm going to do a quick check after, just not like anything in depth, not trying to find better moves, just checking to make sure there were no missed wins either way. All right, so generally speaking, I like the current hand, but I'm not entirely sold on 1785. It has to be an FF7, so the question is, does FF7 have better options? And doing a quick scan of FF7, the answer is no. No, it doesn't. 5287 is a decent card, but not what I'm looking for. Can either offer a better card here. 2167, 4366, 4636. I think I considered these. 6436, he is used well. 6147, 1764. Could these fit? Nah, I like the hand. Just go back to the hand. Give it one more outing. Didn't line up near as well. Okay. He repeats the first hand, but we have first turn. Now, so far, first turn has not proved very useful. But let's check the first hand we saw today. Directionally, right, he has, where's he got the potential double corners? He potentially has double corners in 9. So we kind of want the game to maybe be down right. Maybe. Maybe just right? I think right. Yeah, right is the direction to try to exploit. So one thing I notice is if we go 5, 6, 5, 3, and 9, again, just kind of trying to get the worst card of our out of our hand while making the game in a direction they don't like. One thing I notice is they don't necessarily have anything they want to ever do in 8. 7, 4, 3, 6, and 8 I have a combo on. And anything else I can play 8, 4, 3, 7, and 7 potentially. And have a safe card. And I will have pressure against the cards in 8 and 9. So 5, 6, 5, 3, and 9 has some appeal. Oh, I guess they can play 4, 4, 8, 7, and 8. That card's always a problem. On the other hand, if we get that card out of their hand, we'll probably be happy. But that card's always a problem. Where else could we go? 5, 6, 5, 3, and 3. It's actually easier to set up against 4, 4, 8, 7 if it takes it. I think. A little bit easier. They have more up, though. They have more up. One of the reasons I liked 5, 6, 5, 3, and 7 last game was because if they went 4, 4, 8, 7, and 3, I had a nice move in 5. But if we start with 5, 6, 5, 3, and 9, and they go in 3, I don't really have the same kind of rejoinder. Could we think about 5, 6, 5, 3, and 7 again? No, I don't like it at all. They can force the action in annoying ways, just taking it. Okay. 5, 6, 5, 3, and 3, but I'm trying to make the game. Play against 4, 4, 8, 7, and 2. If they ever go 2 with something else, 1, 7, 8, 5, and 1 is potentially safe. If they ever attack it from 6, things can get complicated. But it's easy enough to recapture. go 7, 8, 5, 2, and 7, I can just take it. They go in 9. Not sure what they'd put in 9. Alright, I'm going to play 5, 6, 5, 3, and 3. I now think this is a second turn favored rule set. I don't know why it would be. Right? I don't have the prior understanding to be like, ah, yes, when you combine level 4, 5, and 6 and remove 8, 8 corners, you are of course going to get a second turn favored rule set. But I have had, and maybe it's more actually the 2 deck thing, but I've had trouble finding starters. And we have both, I think, played pretty good replies to starters. So I think this is going to be a game I'm looking to survive. Obviously, if I see a chance to move the game in another direction. Someone I was talking to recently described Nightwish as a player that they thought kind of played for ties. And it depends on the rule set and stuff. But I think like here, Nightwish obviously a tremendous player. I don't think this was meant as an attack, but like here, I would be very happy to just like the game is reset. You know, like Dal cancels the game and we start a new one because I think my chances to push are much more likely to come on second turn, which is interesting because one thing I've noticed is looking at the hands, hands often quickly drop off in a given direction, right? They have an 8 and a 6 to the right, and then really nothing else. Now 5, 6, 5, 3 is not the most challenging card for that. It lets their 4s actually have captures. So maybe that says this was the wrong way to try to take advantage, which is very possible. But you'd think first turn, one of the main advantages of first turn, in my opinion, is you have more ability to effectively control the direction of the game. And this feels like a set where there should be tools to do so. And I'm not finding them. That's sort of interesting, I think. But yeah, I think in his shoes, should be looking for a way to start pushing. Sir Smokes has sent in a bot for my bot contest where I put out the tools I have to make AIs with and ask people for contributions and ideas. I think this starter was better than the other one because I don't immediately see what path I'd take if I was my opponent here. 4, 6, 6, 3, and 5 has a lot of logic to it. Maybe that. Just because 7, 4, 3, 6 has both squares so well. But so does 8, 4, 3, 7. And on second turn, you really don't want to be setting up first turn's cards. So that probably is in fact very illogical. And is the kind of move I might make in closed and then get really frustrated at the end because little did I know I was giving my opponent everything they wanted. One kind of downside of my hand is the redundant 7s left and right. And I think, 7852, 4487, 4663, 7436, these are all cards that can take advantage of a flux of left-right sevens, right? Of an influx of them. So it is possible this isn't lining up as well as I'd like. And maybe maybe a hand of 7636 and 3676 would line up better, and then similar kind of 8-7 corners if available, because their hand would not have any of the same kind of play, except with Behemoth, against those 6-3-6-7s. Man, 4-4-8-7 has been a beast though. Clear MVP of Tezuka's hands. Sorry for the long video. Probably should have split it up into multiple chunks. Don't know if anyone will make it through, but I think these have been good games. And yeah. I'm going to predict an adjacent corner this one. That feels like the kind of thing that should happen here. Obviously, my first game I did well with an adjacent corner. And I think, something in 1 threatens 2. No, I have such good play against the 8 down from 2, because my Behemoth's always set up so well against it. So maybe there isn't a great adjacent corner play, because he's not going to have a great card for that in-between square, right? He's not going to have a great, if he goes in 1, not going to have a big threat in 2. If he goes in 9, not going to have a big threat in 6. And one of the critical reasons when he started in, where was it? When he started in 1 and I played in 3, was I had this real threat to go into. Right. Far corner. Is the 4-6-6-3 relevant? Not super relevant. It does use up a bunch more right power. So I'm drawn to ideas like 1, 7, 8, 5, and 2, but it's bad. They can just take from 1, and if I play Behemoth in 4, they play the other Behemoth in 5, and I die. But I think I really want the game to keep being right focused. All right. So what about 1, 7, 8, 5, and 6? If they go 7, 8, 5, 2, and 8, I have 8, 4, in 9, I have 8, 4, 3, 7, and 8, and I think the resulting positions should be in my favor. I like the look of the resulting positions. For instance, they no longer have 4, 4, 8, 7, and 2 because I have a plus and 5. 2 pluses, actually. With the Behemoth twins. So 1, 7, 8, 5, and 6. If they go in 2 immediately, I think I have big setups. Do I actually? It's a whole different question. I might not. Maybe they can just play 4, 4, 8, 7, and 2. Huh. That's annoying. So I've been saying 1, 7, 8, 5. What if I go Behemoth, 6, 3, 6, 7? The problem is I walk into a plus wall, right? If I go in 2, gets tricky. That's not making sense in my head. Okay. They have a big synergy play in 5. That would be nice. Not really. Can I just flip them? I love flipping things. Probably not. Six, 3, 6, 7, and 8. Their only recapture that doesn't walk into significant combo play is 4, 4, 8, 7, which, as we've seen, is the card I always want out of their hand. And then potentially I could follow up in 9 and have a bunch of safe things. I think that's promising. 6, 3, 6, 7, and 8. They can also go in 9 themselves. And then I don't have 1, 8, 7, 8, 5, and 6. So 7, 4, 3, 6. Oh, it probably doesn't work. 6, 3, 6, 7, 8, 6, 3, 6, 7, 9. One, 7, 8, 5, 5. No. 8, 4, 3, 7 sucks. Can I use 8, 4, 3, 7 to start? 8, 4, 3, 7, and 8. But then I don't have the same combo play against the recaptures. Maybe I don't need it. If they go Behemoth in 4, I can play Behemoth in 2 and I automatically set up everything. Eight, 4, 3, 7, 8. I think they still play 6, 3, 6, 7, 9 though, and I still give up a combo if I go 6. Yeah, that doesn't work. Damn, I need to move. Eight, 4, 3, 7, and 2 seems too good a card to give up there. 1, 7, 8, 5, and 2. 1, 7, 8, 5, and 2. I'm too low on time. I'm gonna try it just because I've run out of thinking. Alright, very much did not come up with something here. I think I'm under a lot of pressure and did not find a way to take advantage of the directionality. So I really don't like my position right now. My main idea is against 6, 3, 6, 7, and 6. I think I play 6, 3, 6, 7, and 8. Just always going for that synergy. But there are other ideas. If I go 5 immediately, they have the combo in 9 is kind of the problem. And if I, oh, maybe I can take the combo in 9 there? No, probably not. I don't know. They can also go 1, 1, and 6 are the main moves. Didn't really check 4, which is also very possible, but I didn't feel like they had synergies there, and I still don't. So I don't think there's 4. So 1, 6, or 8 are probably the main moves. Yeah, I don't know what's happening here. If they go 1, maybe I can get away with 6. If they go 6, maybe I can get away with 1. Really depends on the next move. This is a move where it could have blown it, though. This isn't one of those moves where I'm like, I think this is good enough and I just have to be precise next move. Oh, we were talking about that meter that I have no idea how to say correctly. All right, so we have bright red is you're dead. And then like a little less bright red is you're probably dead, but maybe there's some trickiness you can do. And then into the like bright orange is this is incredibly scary and you're going to have to be real precise and this looks bad. And then we get sort of into the lesser orange or maybe the yellow, and it's kind of this is dangerous, gotta be careful, can't afford a bad move here. Like you can make a move that looks a little tricky, but like you calculated something, but you can't afford too much to go wrong here. And I think I'm somewhere between that yellow and that orange. Then we start getting towards, say, towards a light green, and we start going like, yeah, this is nice. You're pretty safe, and maybe you'll have a chance to press. And we go into a more solid, strong green, and it's you're the one who's going to press here. Opponent's in danger. You're not at risk. Very nice position. Win and tie are the two plausible results, and you're really looking for a chance to win here. And then we got our like gorgeous, bright, happy green at the end, which is just like you're winning. And maybe there's a version of like you're winning and you got to maybe be precise. You got to be a little careful versus you're winning and everything will do it. Something like that. And in that first game, I spent most of it in the green. And that last game, I spent most of it, I think, in the yellow. And now I'm feeling a little bit orange. I'm feeling like I'm not sure what's going on. This is a little out of control. I did not find an idea I was happy with, and I did not spend sufficient time calculating to be comfortable with the move I made. Therefore, this could be a really bad spot. And there's lots of lines that are troublesome where like they go in 6 and I go in 9 and they just combo my card in 9 and I die, right? Or they go in 6 and I go in 5 and they combo back from 9 and I die. Right, there's perfectly good chance that that's what's coming. So I think we're firmly in scary orange territory. So every game has been worse for me than the last, I think, of this trio. And the first one was by far the best game I've had with hands. But these future games have not been what I've wanted. The 1785 has really played badly. And the 8437 has been decent, but the 1785 has been genuinely poor. I wonder if there's any case that I should just go for like just give up on 8s, but I can't use 7-7s. I don't think. I can't use 7-7 corners, so I think it has to be 8-7s. Maybe I should go back to FF10 and use 8-7-6s. On the other hand, his 8-7-4-4 has been so impressive that maybe that's the space you want to be. Right, you kind of have to use an 8-7, and you want the 8-7 that plays best specifically against other 7s, right? Because the main threat is going to be kind of 7s into 6s. And 8-8-7-4 is great play against both, because the 8-8-8-4 can combo 6s, the 8-7 can combo 7s, the 8 can overpower almost everything, the 7 with help of 2 different 4s is very likely to be able to handle other 7s. Maybe 8-7-4-4 is just the key of the rule set. Maybe that's just kind of the best card available. So are there other 8-7-4-4s? FFO has an 8-7-4-4. That's a level 7 though, so that doesn't count. There is no 8-4-4-7. There's no 7-8-4-4. There's no 7-4-4-8. There is a 4-8-7-4. I think that's a level 7. That's a level 7. 4478 doesn't exist. 4784 doesn't exist. 4487 does exist and is the one he's using. So yeah, I think he's using the only 8744, and I think that's the best card on the set. So that's a very nice find of his. It's a very powerful card. And this may be where he's gotten a lot of his hand advantage from, because he's using the 6367, which is very strong, and he's using the 4487, which has been great. Okay, what we got? Alright, got to start calculating something. So let's say I play 6367 in 4. I would take a 6-4 lead. If they go in 5, they will make it 5-5. If they go with a 4 to the right, then I have the combo in 6, they have the combo back in 9, and I lose at the end. But because I have the combo in 6, maybe I have time to set up elsewhere? Unclear. Oh, and I don't have the combo in 6 because I've used 6367. Alright, so let's start with oh man, I have no idea what I want to do here. Let's start with 8437 in 6. Let's start with that. Sets up a threat in 5. So if they go 9, I go 5, and I have at least a tie. Yeah. Being a little brain dead, getting tired. But 8437 and 6. If they go 9, I can go 5 for a tie with 6763. If they go 8, the only card that makes sense in 8 is 4487. I think I can go 6763 and 9, and I'm okay. Yeah. Or 6763. Keep 6367 because that has the plus in 4 if they go behemoth in 5. So if they go in 8, I should be okay. Should be okay. If they go in 5, they can't have plussed or anything, so they'll still be up 6-4. That gives me time to go in 4. I'll flip at least 2 things. I will be up 6-4. They won't have a double capture. I'll be fine. And if they go 4, that's the problem. If they go 4, they have no right power left. They've used all their right power. I can play 6-7, 6-3, and 5. I will make the game 5-5. 6-3-6-7 is my final card. It can take anything they put in 8, and if they go in 9, it can take the card in 7. So I think 8-4-3-7 in 6 is a tie. Do I feel good about that? I do feel good about that. All right, so we have a tie in the bag. That's good to know. Probably gonna play it, not seeing much else. I want to play on the right side of the board, I think, because I do think they have this right weakness. Yeah, I think we're just gonna play it. So it's sort of my idea that 1 and 6 were semi-paired squares, and was hoping if one was occupied, I'd have decent options in the other. Man, I am getting nothing on my first turns, though. I think we're out of the orange and into, like, yellow fading into green. Like, I think this is just a tie. I'm not too worried I miscalculated here. I've been known to miscalculate, you know. But, like, something like, you know, 4-4, 8-7, and 9 puts them up 7-3. But the issue is... for them, 6-7, 6-3, and 5 makes it 5-5. I have the cards in 2, 3, and 6 locked. And with those locked, I'm going to also have, of course, the last card I play will necessarily be mine. So all I have to do is make sure 6367 has at least one capture. And if it goes in 8, it captures 7. And if it goes in 4, it captures 1 and 7. So I know that's a tie. And I think that's a useful kind of calculation shortcut way of counting. I was only scared about 8 if it set up combo potential in 5, so the only move to consider was 4, 4, 8, 7, and 8. And then I need to be able to meet the combo in 5 of 6, 3, 6, 7, and 5, so I must hold on to my own 6, 3, 6, 7 because it is the plus and 4, and thus I would meet 8 with 6, 7, 6, 3, and 9 myself. I'd still be down 6, 4, but luckily 4, 4, 8, 7 is weak to 5, right? I'm going to get at least one capture on the last move. And in fact, I'm kind of guaranteed a lot of captures there. 4, 4, 8, 7, and 8 is a terrible move, but it's one that can be critical, so it has to be checked. 5 gives me 4. 4, I go 5. It's 5, 5. They can only capture one thing at a time, and I have at least one capture back, so I know that's going to be okay. So I think we snuck out of this with a tie. In the meantime, let's go check the solver on that first game. See if this was all unnecessary and I could have ended this much quicker. But I don't think so. I think there was never... All right, we're flipping over. Hopefully you still have voice. Oh, it's not open yet. It's loading. All right, there we go. Can you see it? Yeah. All right. So they went here. I went here. I thought this was good pressure. They went here, getting another weak card out of their hand. I went in 2. No, I didn't go in 2. I went in 4. Thought I had good initiative. I am not winning. They have 2 ties. One of them was 4, 4, 8, 7, and 8, which is the move I thought tied, and the other was 7, 8, 5, 2, and 9. No, it wasn't. Oh no. The other was 6, 3, 6, 7, and 9. Alright, so no? Wait, what was it? Thought it said something in 9. No, there was only one tie. He had to find 8. So his move lost, and I blew it with 4 moves left. That's terrible. And I blew it with 2 different wins, and they were in 6, which I ruled out. I just lead 8-2. I thought the problem was they go here. But I didn't see I had this plus. And I saw that 4, 4, 8, 7 killed me. I saw some other lines where it didn't matter that they had a triple capture on the last turn. Oh, God. Alright, well, back to the game. Sort of glad I didn't check that till now, because that doesn't feel great. Should not be missing stuff with 4 moves left like that. Spent too much time on 2 and 8. I think the big problem was I thought 2 worked, and I was just double checking it for, like, may as well. Feel good that I'm about to win a little longer kind of thing. And then just did not give myself enough time to seriously consider the move I played in 8, where his tie was not that hard to find, and dismissed 6 far too easily. And was seeing lines like it, but just didn't have it. Oh. That's bad form. Good form that I saw his actual only tie was an 8. So there was a good piece of calculation there. With 5 moves left, my calculation was good. But with 4 moves left, it all went wrong. I decided 4, 4, 8, 7 was too good a sweeper. And I didn't see the plus. Didn't see the plus. Because I think if I go back and watch the video, I think I was thinking about 6 a little bit early, right? I wasn't considering 5 at all, but I had sort of ideas in 2 and 8, and I also thought 6 might work, but I saw that they could go 8, and I didn't see I could set up to punish 8. Shucks. Well, hopefully it's out of my system and I don't do that kind of thing in Triad Wars. Gotta be able to punish when I am winning. Alright, so we blew one win. I'll get the ready to look at the second game, just see if anything was missed there. I think the second game was pretty safe. I mean, obviously I was behind, but not devastatingly so. At least I thought. And we're in the third game, so of course not going to be checking that for a bit. And we'll wait until this game finishes before we check the second game. Yeah. Tough match and tough long video, 2 hours. I should be I gotta get out and about. We see 7, 4, 3, 6, and 9. This was clearly one of those long things where you're checking to make sure to try to find a win, right? Can I do something like 5? I like 4. No, I can't. Can I do something in 8? Because 8's kind of interesting, right? If I leave 6, 3, 6, 7 up, 8 captures, if they go 5, I capture 1, 7, and I plus the card in 5 as well. So they have to go 4 if I go 8 with 6, 3, 6, 7 up. So if I go 6, 7, 6, 3, and 8, they can't go 6, 3, 6, 7, 4 because that gives me a plus in 5. So they must go 4, 4, 8, 7, 4. And everything adds up to close stuff. 10, adds up to 11, 12, 10, and 14. But no plus there. All right, let's just go through each move. We may as well. 6, 7, 6, 3, and 8, they have the tie in 4. 6, 3, 6, 7, and 8, they can go 5. 6, 7, 6, 3, and 5, they can go anywhere basically. They can go 4. 6, 3, 6, 7, and 5 is ridiculous. 6, 3, 6, 7, or 6, 7, 6, 3, and 4 is ridiculous. All right, let's do the cutest option. But I think we have ourselves another of them ties. Shame that didn't quite set up at the end. Pretty close though, actually. Alright, he of course saw this and knows what move he has to make. And puts it back down, picks it back up. Just redoing the addition, I suspect. Get ready to post the game. What was the order here? 3, 7, 2, 1, 6, 9, 8, 4, 5. Yeah. All right. So he was close to going 4, 4, 8, 7, and 4 instead of in 7. To be honest, didn't check that. But I think I should be able to play in 9 and reply is the issue. right, well, we'll close this and skip over to game number 2. Tough match. All right, game number 2. I started with 5, 6, 5, 3, and 7. You played 4, 7, 6, 3, and 5. I went 6, 3, 6, 7, and 2. Question is this losing? I didn't think it was. The answer is no. You go 7, 6, 3, 6, and 3, which gives me but 2 ties. To tie, I must find something in 6. I do go in 6, and I get my tie. All right. I did it this way, I think. Yeah. All right. So that one, not so bad. And this final game, again, just doing very quick checks. Like, I don't want it to tell me like how I should have started or anything like that. I just want to, because I think that's very unfair to have access to. I just want to know, I'm just putting in the cards for the next one. I just want to know if there were blown results, because I like knowing if there was a big mistake. And last one. So I started in 3. They played in 7. And I panicked for a while. And then I played in 2. After my move in 2, I'm not lost. Okay. And they have a lot of ways to blow it. He went in 1. I have 4 ties. I went in 6. He has 2 ties, must play in 9 or 4. He said avoided 4, 4, 8, 7, but actually this is one of the ties. I don't have a win here. That's cute. There's a way to tie. But okay. He went here, which is one of the ties. Alright, so some good games. I think maybe it shows that I'm a little overcautious. My evaluations don't seem to be... my evaluations seem to be my position is worse than it is. Yeah. Interesting. All right, well, we'll call it a video and try to save my voice for another day. Cheers.